It's April the 9th, and we're here at the Appomattox Court House, and it's time for another
Everyday Getaways.
It is the 165th anniversary of the surrender and the signing of the surrender. So we're going to take a little bit of time and explore and see what we can find. And we're going to let Tammy take a break in the outhouse.
Nice. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, and we hope that you enjoy and you learn a little bit while we're here today.
We'll see you soon.
Hey,
Good morning. This is a visitor center. It is closed due to COVID, but it sounds like most of the other houses and places are open, including the McLean house. So this is a jail, and you do get a map when you come here, but we've decided they need better signage directly on the buildings. But this is the jail. We'll take you inside.
Ball man together by
This is the jail.
and ball in the floor. They say on door has two locks to the bottom. The nails let keep us from cutting through.
So I'm taking it this is the jail keeper's residence. Upstairs were the cells, and there's a bedroom and a dining room downstairs. And I have always been amazed at how tiny beds were back in the day. That's small. Well, what's for dinner? I'm not sure if that is bread with those eggs, but it's looking a little old. This is the Kelly family home. So got a little bit of a setup here inside this cabin also, with lots of things that would have been true to period. Again, tiny little bed. I love that dough bowl over there. That's beautiful. And nice fireplace. And check out this spinning wheel. Awesome. This is the Pierce house. Such a beautiful piece of property. This is where the last combat and the last shots were fired here at Appomattox Court House. And this is a house I don't think you can go through, but man, this property's pretty.
And facing to his own command, gives word.
This is where General Grant and General Robert E. Lee met on April 10th, 1865. It was one of two meetings to work out details for surrender. This is the spot where Doug killed a bug in my hair trying to get it out, so now I have green bug guts in my hair. Gross. Welcome to Clover Hill Tavern. There's a sign that says open. We'll see if it really is. So the Clover Hill Tavern was built in 1819. It was one of the first buildings that would be on this property where the village at Appomattox Court House is. And it used to have two wings on the side, and they're no longer there. One was a bar and the other was like a dining hall. So we'll see what is remaining as we go inside. So you do have to wear a mask when you enter because they are federal buildings, whether there's no one inside or not, but because they're federal property, you do have to do that. And Doug said that after everything ended up with the war, they used this building also for printing presses. Back behind that last building that was the tavern, there is a small gift shop and restrooms. So this little building isn't open either, but it looks like it's an old arms bunker. If I kind of take you to the side, you can see in the window there's a lot of weaponry. At least that's what it looks like inside. Got bayonets on the ends. Got a little barn back there. And an outhouse. And then as we scan around, there's lots of more just buildings here at the village. Give you a 360. This is the visitor center that's not open when we first came in. And those are all the buildings that we have already been to. All right, if you need a lawyer, you're in luck because we're at the attorney at law. So we'll peek in and see what's going on in the law office today. There we go. Pretty meager. Here we are at the general store. Such a cute building. We'll see what they got in stock today. Get up these stairs without falling with you. Take you inside. All right, through these plate glass windows, we can see lots of bins and storage of things that maybe they were selling at the general store. And bar soap. Or pipes. Lots of dishes and things. A big wheel of cheese. And I don't know if that's cheese in that box. I think it's supposed to be. That does not look appetizing. All right, we got some baked potatoes, baked onions. But back in the day, this is like the Walmart of Appomattox. And way up top, lots of spices and medicines.
And the post office was also located in the general store.
All right, so there's post office. You can do your mailing and pick up groceries at the same time. So we're coming up on the McLean house where the signing actually took place, the surrender. And I believe we can go in today.
Okay, Lee arrives around 1 o'clock on the afternoon of April 9th. Comes in there, he sits at that marble top table and waits for Grant. Grant arrives around 1:30. That morning he started out about 30 miles away, so it took him a while to get here. They just have a little social time. There's Lee and his aide, Lieutenant Colonel Charles Marshall. As you see from the artwork in there, Grant has a good number of his field officers with him. They finally politely says, "Oh, well, General, maybe we should start talking about the surrender terms." Grant has his officers pull that brown table away from the wall and set the chair there. Grant's carrying an order book, similar to the one you see there, and in pencil he writes out the terms in the form of a letter. Dear General Lee, he says that Lee's men are paroled prisoners of war. They don't go to the Army camp. They can just go straight home. He says as long as they obey the laws and do not take up arms against the federal government, they can remain there undisturbed. He also says, interestingly, Lee's officers can keep their baggage, they can keep their horses and their sidearms. By sidearms, he means pistols and swords. Typically, officers of a defeated army have to surrender their swords. But Grant just said, well, Lincoln had said earlier, do not humiliate the Southerners. And this was Grant's idea, to not humiliate the Confederate officers. He gives it to Lee. Lee reads it out of a courtesy. Ink copies are made. Grant signs it, gives it to Lee turns to Colonel Marshall and asks him to write a letter, essentially saying that Lee accepts the terms. Lee signs it, which I believe is what he's doing in that artwork there. And those two letters exchanged and signed Surrenders are in Northern Virginia. Lee West, the crib, and the chest of drawers to your left inside there, those did belong to the McLeans. And as far as we know, they were in the house at the time. And by the way, the vase is on the mantle in the parlor also. Those probably did.
This is a separate building, but it's the summer kitchen. Still behind the McLean house. I guess summer kitchen's job is to keep some of that heat out of the main house.
This is a beautiful place to learn some history and also just to get a great day out walking and enjoy the property. There is no cost to park or to visit Appomattox Court House, but it is a beautiful place to spend the day.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed your time with us today.
We had a great time here at the Appomattox, or the village at Appomattox Courthouse, and it was a cool morning, but they said 165 years ago when the surrender happened, it was a cool April morning then, so I guess we got a taste of it, right?
That's right.
Well, thanks for being with us. We've had a great time. Take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
165 years?
156 years.
165.
165.
Oh, 156.
No, 156.
Ah!